All right, guys, welcome back. Just met Brandi.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm okay.
How old are you?
I am 47.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you from Tucson?
I am not from Tucson. I moved here about 4 years ago with my boyfriend, and we've been here ever since.
Okay.
We,
How's Tucson been treating you?
I like Tucson. Tucson's pretty cool. I just wish that I wouldn't have came here, and just done I've been here.
I feel that. I've heard that so many times. Like,
Yeah.
people never tried opiates or beans or anything like that until they got to Tucson or Arizona in
Yeah,
general.
I actually had tried them before I got here, but all my memories involved, and all the places that I go involved. So it would have been nice to have some other memories, but my boyfriend got locked up like 4 days ago.
Oh, man.
So I hope that he's on his way to getting clean.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to get into rehab before something stopped us, but
Yeah.
unfortunately that's just the way it is. But sometimes things happen for a reason.
Okay. Were you with him when you got locked up?
Yeah.
What was that moment like or day?
Well, he had gotten. It was weird because he had gotten pulled over previously by the same cop and in a car, and he took off running, thinking that the officer would stay with the car, but he took off running after him, and he lost him, and he recognized him.
Yeah.
And so he just threw him on the ground and
Damn.
arrested him. Yeah. So.
Oh, that sucks.
pretty-
Sorry
it was
to
just-
hear that.
Yeah. And we knew it was coming. We knew
Yeah,
something
it's
was-
bound to
yeah.
happen. Like,
Yeah.
I was waiting for it too when I used to be out here.
Yeah,
like
the
any
impending
day,
day.
any
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I had a close call one time. I was downtown, probably looking sus as hell, and a cop pulled over, and I was walking. He questioned me, see what I was doing, read my record. I had a dime of black in there, but he didn't
Yeah.
check the little pocket, dude. I was like,
Oh, thank God.
one of the scariest days of my life.
Yeah,
God,
I've
I
had that
remember
happen several times. Yeah.
Yeah,
Close call.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I guess, long story short, how was life growing up for you, like your childhood?
I had a twin sister, and my mom and dad both. My mom went to jail when I was 3. My dad went when I was 5, and but luckily we had an older sister who was 18, and she took us both in, and she raised us until she was 26, and we were 13, and she died in a car accident.
Okay.
So we were kind of on our own pretty much after that. And we worked full-time through high school, 40 hours, and we graduated, we bought our own car, everything we needed. And then when we were 36, she overdosed. And she died, so that was pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then a year after that, I lost my daughter to SIDS.
What is that?
SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn. Sorry to hear.
Yeah.
And was that with your current boyfriend or?
No, it was a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Sorry to hear.
Yeah.
A lot of loss,
Trauma,
I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of loss.
So as far as like today, are you living on the streets?
I am. Well, I'm not on the streets. I actually stay with a guy. My boyfriend and I lived with him, and so we kind of stay there at night,
Okay.
So that's been convenient because I have been on the street the whole 4 years that I've been here.
Yeah.
But I really aim to get into rehab. I'm thinking about calling Buena Vista today and seeing, because I'm having some health issues, and I feel like I'm getting too old for it,
Yeah. That's
too much.
was my story. I was 38 when I went to rehab. I was just like, dude, I can't do this.
How
Like
old are you
waking
now?
up, 44.
Oh wow, you
Yeah.
look really good.
Yeah, 44. Thank you.
You look amazing.
I was just like, just tired, fed up with
Yeah.
everything. I was like, what am I doing? Submitted, went to detox, and then they got me to rehab for like 4 months, and I didn't want to leave. Like, I felt
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah,
My
that's
first family pass to go get a haircut or pick up some clothes.
You're scared.
I didn't want to leave. I wanted to go back. I got my routine, my rehab mates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. It's always there when you're
Yeah.
ready, Like,
Yeah.
rehab's a beautiful thing if you're ready and then
Yeah.
are willing to
To
work
do
it,
Yeah. Yeah, I know once I go, I'm gonna go. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's not like
100%.
I'm gonna leave. It's just a matter of going in the moment. You know,
Yeah.
because I can plan like, okay, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and then when the morning gets here or whatever, I'm gonna go. I'm not high enough, or
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
too
Wake up
high,
sick.
or
Yeah. Let me get right real quick,
yeah,
and then boom, you just
and then things
same
happen.
cycle.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
So, how do you support yourself like on a daily basis?
I work the streets
Okay. How long have you been doing that?
for off and on for about 5 years.
How do you feel emotionally about that? Like, I'm sure it's like to support a habit and to get by, basically. But how do you?
No, I mean it affects all aspects because it makes like recreational
Mm-hmm.
not not something that I really want to do. It's like a chore.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I've
So
never heard that. Because I
yeah,
interview a lot of girls and stuff. Wow. Okay.
yeah. So
I'm sure that could like cause trouble in a
yeah, it
relationship.
does. It does. Yeah.
Damn.
When
It's just something you don't want to do. Like, does it make you feel
well, no, it
nasty?
doesn't. No, it's not something I don't want to do. It's just that I do it all the time. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
later on or not right now, or you know.
It's like being a chef and then going home and having
Yeah,
to cook. It's like,
and then you start to see, since you see the bad part of guys a lot, you start to see guys in a bad light, which is all guys aren't the same,
yeah.
but you start to
Give me an
put them
example.
in a
Like,
category.
what type of, since you've been doing this, like, what type of bad do you see in men? Or,
Um,
like, that's
they
interesting.
can be physically, I've been, um, and most of the time guys are decent,
Yeah.
for the most part, but you just kind of see them as like perverted,
Okay.
because they,
Yeah.
yeah, they just,
That happens.
the way they talk when you get in the car, and they want to grab on you, and it's just like,
Damn, I can't imagine.
but it is what it is. I mean, it's a business. That's what that's what I'm selling. So
Yeah.
I don't. It shouldn't be surprising, but
Yeah. Has that situation where you said you've been the worst thing that's ever happened to you? Like, while you've been working?
no.
Okay.
I wasn't even working, and
Okay.
I got a ride from a guy because my boyfriend was getting out of jail. We were supposed to meet at the Tejano Station
Uh-huh.
Transfer Center, and he stopped all of a sudden, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he was like, "So can I get a $5 job?" And I was like, "Huh," and I snatched the $5
Wow.
out of his hand. I wasn't going to take his $5. I didn't go to get out of the car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because I laughed at him or what, but I didn't realize how pissed he was until my teeth were crooked in my mouth because he came around to my side of the car. He pulled me down onto the ground. And he just started kicking me in my face,
God.
like my whole entire face was black and blue for a month. He broke my jaw. It was pretty bad.
Did he look like he was high? When you
No,
did that, or
no.
just
He might have
snapped?
been high, but he was like 23,
Yeah.
like a, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because I laughed at him, or maybe
Yeah.
I gave him the impression that I was gonna do it, or I don't know. I don't know what it was, but
Damn.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty bad.
man.
It's pretty
But
scary.
like, addiction is so strong. We're still out here, right?
Yeah,
You know, like,
addiction is so strong.
I never did this type of work that you do, obviously,
Yeah.
but like, so many bad things happen. I did a lot of harm and stole a lot from like family and stuff, like money and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was willing to do it at the time, set aside the consequences later, just to
Yeah.
get well, and then like
You lie to yourself.
we could go through anything in the world. If I'm not dead, I'll still be out here.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, we
it's
just lie to
crazy.
ourselves. We tell ourselves
Yeah.
whatever we want to hear to make it okay in the moment.
Mhm.
Knowing that that's not really the case, or you're not gonna
Yeah.
like, okay, it's okay. I'm gonna take this TV. I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to get.
God. Is there anything you like about this life? Like, without like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, glamorizing it. Like, is there any? I guess, yeah. Is there anything you like about this life? Ultimately.
I guess it's never boring.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
It's like
know,
a high in itself, like a rush.
I wouldn't say it's a rush, but all in all, like, you do have a family,
Yeah.
out here. But for the most part, I mean, I would say that it's not a good friendships, you know, because the
Okay.
people are pretty bad out here, you know.
Yeah.
They treat people bad. We treat each other bad, you know. People steal from each other, you know, lie to each other. So
Yeah.
I would just say, you know, I don't really think there's anything I'm gonna miss.
Yeah.
No.
It's the same old thing out here, man. Like, and you know what comes with it. You
Yeah.
know, anything could happen, and I'm just glad you made it. Like, you're a warrior in your own way. You know, you're tough.
Yeah.
We just fight through it all.
Yeah. I mean, everybody goes through things for a reason. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that whenever I get to where I'm going, you know, when I get sober, that
Yeah.
you know, I'll have maybe some hopes and experiences to share with someone else.
Absolutely.
And you know.
Yeah. Have you tried to get clean before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
have,
You know what that's like. So.
Yeah.
So last question. What has, I guess, throughout your entire life, like, what's been the greatest lesson you ever learned? I guess in general or about yourself.
That I am adaptable and that I haven't let things shape me. You know, I still am a loving person and someone that, you know, you know, I might be a drug addict, but I'm not going to steal from you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hurt you in any way. You know what I mean? I'm a good person to have as a friend. And, you know.
Yeah. I was the opposite of that. I was a dirtbag.
Really?
I stole my
Yeah,
mom's
my-
checkbook. I pawned my dad's golf
boyfriend's
clubs
that.
when he was on a business trip. Like, that's what my habit made me do, and I don't
But
do that
that's
shit.
just sickness, man.
You know, yeah. Like, the habit makes us do different
Yeah,
things to
because
different people.
you don't do it when you're sober, right?
Absolutely not. Yeah,
Right.
I never even caught a felony and stuff like that. I got a DUI when I was 21, but
That's good though. You didn't get a felony.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I caught a felony when I was using. I was a driver for a
yeah.
burglary, but like I don't catch felonies when I'm sober. You know,
No.
like nowadays and stuff.
No.
It's a trip, man. Any regrets in life? That'd be the last question.
Yeah, just not all the time away from my family.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll write down my information for you. I don't have any cards right now, but if you ever like need a ride to rehab, I know where all the resources are. I don't work with rehabs, but you know, people just call me like when they're ready and meet you anytime. You know,
Okay.
only one person reached out. This one girl said she was ready, so I met her the next morning at 9. Dropped her off at CBI, and I haven't seen her since. So hopefully she's okay
Yeah, I
out
hope
there.
she's doing good, man.
If your family reaches out, promise the last question. Sometimes I get family reaching out saying,
Sorry.
"Oh, it's okay." Sometimes like a mom or an aunt or
Sister.
something, sister will reach out like, "Hey, it's my sister. Where'd you do this? Do you want me to tell them if I could confirm?"
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah,
Oh,
my
I'll say
sister
like
might reach out.
just about area. Okay. Okay. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Appreciate
Stay safe out here. Okay.
it. Okay.
Thank you.